Welcome to the Bulletin again with our series Becoming Bulletproof, and welcome to Sumoné. So, Sumoné, this is episode 7 on, we're going to speak about emotions being on the edge and not opening towards someone when you are being bullied. I think that's very important because people tend to hold things on. We spoke about masks in the previous episode.
Yes.
And we're going to address that a little bit today. So have you ever noticed how someone can look fine on the outside? And this I'm actually asking to our readers, but feel tense and unsettled on the inside. What might be happening there?
Yeah, so thank you once again for being on this same seat. It's so nice and it's such a privilege to be.
I wonder if they've noticed we just change the seats around every once in a while.
Well, there you have it. There's our secret. But yeah, it's really such a nice honor and privilege to do this program with the Bulletin and to help people as well to become bully-proof. So yes, in regards to your first question, definitely going back to the whole idea of masking. So emotional suppression and internalized distress that they experience. So the whole idea of, I need to put away my emotion. There isn't space. And the previous video, we actually touched on it as well. I can't deal with my emotion now. I will make space for it a bit later. And then later becomes never.
Yeah.
So we need to make space for that. And emotional suppression, that's what's happening.
We spoke about Cowboys Don't Cry in the previous one, and it's exactly that. If you need to show emotion, show it.
And it's actually very sad. And I wanted to add it in the previous video as well. But the whole idea of, boys may not cry and girls may cry. Boys tend to be bullied in a more physical way, and girls more on an emotional or verbal way, like you're fat or you're ugly or what type of dress is this? I mean, all of those things are bullying behavior. It's not a normal developmental behavior.
So this is what normally happens as well. You see someone, he's there. We always say that I'm here, but I'm not here.
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you think it means when somebody is physically present, but emotionally it feels like they are constantly bracing for something or something that might happen or so?
Yeah, so there's a whole process that happens, right? So now we suppressed our emotion. Now I need to look as if I'm fine. The whole idea of heightened stress response. My body needs to be my safeguard. It needs to help me be in constant anticipation of I need to be ready if this is going to happen.
It's typically what happens again with the masking is people will show just like this is a brave face and everything, and in the meantime they broken in the behind. Why do you think some people become very quiet or watchful when they don't feel emotionally safe? That's sorry, I interrupt every time, but I've also seen that a lot of people withdraw when they're not emotionally safe. It's easier to go and sit in the back and keep quiet than actually speak up.
Yes. And I think it all comes back to the whole idea of our little iceberg. And we just spoke about it in the break as well, of our little iceberg. And the whole idea of, on the surface, everything looks fine. But internally, a bit down in my iceberg, it's full of cracks. And I need to put it away because I need to look fine. Because that's social stigma of, if boys cry, they are soft. Or if girls cry, they need to harden up. So the whole idea of this is,
she might be on an emotional roller coaster. We say things that we don't even think about.
Yes, and that's the whole point. You don't think before you speak. And people actually withdraw themselves because they're scared of interacting with other people. Because I now experienced this before. Now I'm scared of experiencing this again and re-traumatizing myself. So now I follow the role of a safeguard and not as my personality.
Yeah. And eventually you become withdrawn.
Absolutely.
So on. How do you see the difference? How do you recognize the difference of being calm or just holding it in?
So it all comes back to our nervous system and the whole regulation that happens there. So we get the whole thing of parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. And just to break it down, when we are calm and regulated, we will usually show it. So we are in a parasympathetic state. We are calm, regulated, and collective. So I can, for example, see that you are calm, you are engaging in the video because this is your work that you do. Your body language states that you are calm, your facial expression states that, and also your muscles.
Yeah, I mean, that's another way of showing that there's something wrong.
That is tension.
Yeah.
So that is more of, I need to safeguard myself. I need to hold myself close now, and I need to be my own safeguard. Constant need of protection. Whereas when you're calm and collective, your face will show that.
Right. We normally have about 5 questions, and I add a few in between. What signs might suggest that someone is emotionally overwhelmed, even if they're not showing it directly?
Yes, and that's very difficult because sometimes you won't be able to observe it from the get-go. They will, have that mask on, and then all of a sudden, they won't be okay anymore. And then that explosion happens. So usually what we see is behavioral changes, lack of mood, motivation, withdrawal, avoidance. I don't want to interact. I rather want to be alone. My facial expressions, muscle tensions, just to name a few. So yeah, you can definitely be on the lookout for that as well.
But I think in the beginning of our series, we spoke about a good relationship between parents and their children.
Yes.
And you wouldn't, and we are aiming a lot at school children when we speak about bullying, because it mostly happens or it's more serious in younger children than in larger children. But if you don't have a good relationship, you will not notice all these signs that we are talking about.
No. And that's why it's so important to be involved in your little one's life. I mean, we touched on it in the previous episodes as well, is to really engage, be supportive, and be present in your child's life.
Well, that's it for this week. We have to say our disclaimer first.
Yes, please.
Please don't take this as professional advice, but take this as the gateway for getting professional help.
Yes.
And we'll put your details there so that they can have a consultation or arrange a consultation if you think you need. And if you think there's something wrong somewhere, don't try and do this all on your own.
Yes.
It's very difficult to get out of it, and especially if the pattern has been ongoing.
Absolutely.
Try and get professional help like yourself. And we'll put all the details there so that you can contact Sumoné for a consultation. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the Bulletin, and thank you for being with us once again.
Thank you so much.